Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back. I am your host and guide, Thirtyne, and we are playing Final Fantasy VI, the quote-unquote literal translation. Now, I went off-screen and I gained a few more magic for some of my characters because, well, I'm gonna need to have a few characters with healing and, you know, magic is always good. I also went and basically blew through all my money and pretty much went to Tomasa and fully equipped everyone. So you'll see I've now got gold armor on a lot of my characters, plus, you know, Mystery Veil, helms, the gold shields. For now I've got Locke going dual Hawkeye instead of the Atma weapon because I'm not going to be using Capture, so I can't abuse the Atma weapon's 255 battle power. For some reason we're slightly hurt. I must have gotten into a single fight walking to my ship, so let's just heal that up, and yeah, I also picked up a few extra, basically weaker weapons and armor, just that I have some lying around, because I've got the extra gold helms and stuff, just in case, you know, any new characters come in, but, you know, if they're a light character like Locke, you kind of want some, you know, lighter equipment, so I couldn't remember where a lot of stuff was, so I just quickly ran back, grabbed an extra buckler, I've got the extra earth gear, some shinobi gear. Right, I picked up more throwing things just because I like having them around, pimped out my shurikens, and basically set up to go to the floating continent. So, let's do that. Now, one thing that kind of sucks about the floating continent is you can only take 3 people with you. And if you saw my menu there, you'd notice that you kind of can tell who I'm going to take because I was teaching him magic. We got Terra for magic, Locke for my physical. It was kind of a toss-up between whether I wanted to take Locke or Edgar, and I just decided to go with Locke because, well, I've pretty much been using him the whole game, so I figured might as well keep using him. And for my last character, I decided to take Gao because, or sorry, not Gao, I decided to switch Gao for Mog because, well, I haven't really used Mog yet. He can actually be pretty powerful if you know how to use him. Now, most playthroughs of this game, I use Mog as a magical character. Like, I pimp out his magic and I teach him dances. This time, I'm actually trying to raise his attack, and, you know, I'm using him as a Dragoon, so he's got jump instead. So it's a little bit different. Now, not that it should make much of a difference, but it should, you know, maybe it'll throw off my game a bit, but we'll see. Now, these enemies here, you notice, aren't really much of a problem. You just basically have, you're always in a pincer attack, and what I do is I just have Locke take out the one single one on one side, because he can single target that one, and I have Terra use Thunder on the other ones, because being, you know, robot-type machine enemies, you can kind of tell they're going to be weak to things like Thunder, Water. I think because they're flying, they might also be weak to magic, but or sorry, not magic, weak to wind, but we don't know any wind spells other than Aqua Breath from Strago, so that doesn't really come into account. And I'm not totally certain whether they're weak to that or not. Anyways, it kind of sucks because every attack on here is going to be a pincer attack, but honestly, that's not really too much worth worrying about. And although they look like random battles, you will still get into the fights, even if you're just standing still. It's just random which formation of the enemies you're going to fight. Like, it might just be one of each, like this, or you'll get the 2 on one side and 1 on the other, which kind of sucks. And let's finish him off. I think 1 Thunder should do it. Single targeted. No! Wow, okay. Son of a bitch. But that's pretty much it for them, so I think I'm going to cut out the rest of those battles. Something strange, you say? I wonder what that could be. Well, I guess we could always walk to the front of the ship and see what it is. Oh, I guess I missed him. He must have flown right by me there. Anyways, see that pink guy? Yes, he drops Ultros. Now, you can keep wandering around up here and getting in fights, or to initiate the boss battle, all you do is walk into our good buddy. This is our last battle. Honest, honest. Yeah, sure, like we haven't heard that one before. I always lose, but today I've brought an ally along. Typhon, come out. Now, just like every other Ultros battle, this is pretty easy. Just blast him with your strongest attacks, hit him with a fire or two, and that'll do him in. You do have to be careful though, because although Ultros is weak to fire, Typhoon is strong against it. So, be careful who you target with your fire. You don't want to multi-target. You can use lightning if you want, because Ultros will be weak to lightning, and lightning will also hurt Typhoon. Or you can just take him out with the fire and then switch to Blizzard to finish off our big red friend over here. And should this do it? No, yes! Yes, that did. I told you I hate sneeze. But with that done, it's time for boss battle number 2. Now here we got the Air Force. This guy can be a little bit of a bitch. He'll hit you with some pretty powerful attacks, and he's also got a few annoying tricks up his sleeve. Right? You see, the guy in the center is the main boss. That's the one we want to take out. He's also got these 2 things on the side. Luckily they're all weak to thunder, so if you want, you can just work on all of them with that. I, however, like to take out these 2 guys first because, well, clearing out their attacks is really gonna help. Yeah. Especially because they're powerful and all of a sudden we can't really heal, because you see that speck up there? Yeah, once he's summoned, any magic attacks cast will automatically be absorbed by him as if he was using Runic permanently. And oh man. And he's pretty resistant to physical. Yes, got him. Which means now we can cure up and take out this main bad guy. Now, when the spec is summoned, Air Force will start a countdown from 6. When he's completed his countdown, he will use a powerful attack that will hit all your team, and he will resummon another spec and then start the countdown again. So, you're going to want to try and be healed up for that, but let's see if we can take him out before it happens. And of course, as I'm saying that, we take him out before it happens. So, all in all, not too difficult. We do get a princess ring for our troubles, though. Just up ahead are Gastra and Kefka, and the 3 gods of battle, too. Now, what was that ring? The princess ring? Yeah, there it is. Cast Protect and Shell when near death. So, not too bad. It is slightly better than our, the ones we had before, right? We basically have one that when near death... Where is it? Barrier Ring, that should be it. Cast Shell when wearer is near death, and we should have another one that casts Protect when wearer is near death. This one does both, but once again, if you're close to dying, it's probably not going to help you by that point, and it can only be equipped by your female characters. It's the Princess Ring. So, not bad, but not really all that great either. Okay, moving on. The reason you're only allowed to take 3 people with you is... Dun da da da! Damn the Empire. When I wasn't needed anymore, they tried to murder me. We thought you were dead for sure. How's Interceptor? He's alright. His wound is healing. Come on, let's go. Don't waste your time with me. We can't just leave you here, though. Yeah, the reason you can only take 3 people is because as soon as you get here, Shadow joins your group. It's also why I picked up some extra, you know, weaker armors. Unfortunately, I've only got the buckler, the assassin's dagger. You know what? We'll go with the thief's knife just to raise his magic evade, because I'm not going to be using his physical attack that often. I'm going to be using his throw command, using shurikens and skeins throughout this area, trying to abuse some weaknesses, seeing as how we have a whole bunch of money and I could buy a whole ton of them. But he's also going to be my junk character, basically because he's so low leveled, he doesn't know any magic, and in that, I mean, he's going to be wearing our dash shoes. And what else can we give him? You know what, let's raise his attack, because, well, he is going to be doing physical stuff. Raise his physical damage. Oh yeah. I guess we could also teach him some magic. He is going to be sticking around for a while now, so there's no harm in it. So giving him some healing could actually be quite beneficial. Now, one last thing before we end this episode. This save point here, you notice, we're kind of trapped in this dead end. We can't really go back, at least not at this point. We're going to have to progress in the floating continent before we can reach a point where we can actually go back to our ship, should we want to pick up more items, heal, you know, do any of that sort of stuff. So try not to save over any of your old save games, right? Create a new save state for this part, because if you get here and you find that the enemies are too tough, then you've still got the option to go back, buy more items, heal yourself up, so on and so forth. But with all that said, I always save to a new file anyways, so I should be good. I also don't think I'm going to have to go back. Fairly certain I can get through here. As I said, this is the lowest level I've ever been coming through here, and sadly enough, this is still a higher level than a lot of other people are when they go through here. But we'll see how we do. Next time, guys. Next time.